Hi, I'm Adam from Months and PCs, and today we're going to be looking at the Oculus Quest 2, Facebook's latest VR headset. Is it worth getting? Are there better options on the market? And what sort of games are available? Stick around to hear my views and see some of the latest and upcoming games. The Oculus Quest 2 is Facebook's latest VR headset. Now, why is it so popular? Why is there so much talk about it? So the headset itself comes in at around about $299 for the basic, which is a 64GB model, and if you want the bigger storage of 256GB, you're looking at $399. So just a few stats and figures for you. The Oculus Quest 2 is running on the latest Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2, which is designed purely for VR headsets. There's 6GB of RAM in here. You've got a screen of 1832 by 1920 pixels per eye. So it runs at a default refresh rate of 72 Hz, although it does have the ability to go up to 120 Hz. However, there are very few applications that do run at 120 Hz, so it's not something that I would recommend turning on because it will drain the battery much quicker. There's a USB-C connector point on the side, and you've got your headphone jack as well. There are two speakers built into the headset, and these allow for 360-degree audio. They are not bad. I wouldn't say they're amazing, but they are very good at keeping the sound close to the device. So if you are further away, people are less likely to hear it. So the headset has 4 wide-angle lenses situated around the headset to allow real-world tracking. It's also able to track hand movements and positioning of where you are. One of the cool features of having the cameras attached to the headset is it will track where you are in the world. You are able to set yourself a boundary, and if you start getting close to the boundary, the headset inside, you'll see there's a wall will come up. If you then go through that, all 4 cameras turn on and you're able to see the outside world, which is a fantastic safety feature, particularly if you're in a smaller room, because a lot of people think that you do need big rooms to play VRs. With this, you don't need that. You just set your boundary up and you know where you are. You're not going to smash your TV unless you let go of the controller. So as I did say, the cameras do have hand tracking. However, you do get 2 controllers in the box with your Oculus Quest 2. Now these fit into the hands really nicely, and you've got a few buttons on here, but they are situated very well. So if we have a look at one of the controllers here, so you've got your A and B buttons, you've also got your Oculus button, and you've got a joystick. Now on the other controller, you've got the joystick, you've got a start button and an X and Y. So they're very similar. You've then got 2 back buttons on either of the controllers. Now these are for triggers, mostly if you're sort of shooting a weapon. And then you've got buttons just here. Now these are really good, and most games are using it very well. So if you're going to grab something, pick something up, you squeeze, push that button, and it actually feels like you're holding something. So talking of games, what's available? Well, there's a demand at the moment for VR games, and a lot of developers are starting to move on to creating smaller VR titles. You're not going to get a large VR title just yet. You might have something with the replayability so that you can keep going over the same things over and over again, but you're not going to find the likes of Call of Duty and the size of that map in VR just yet. Although we are getting quite close, and there are battle royale games that you can play. Population 1 is one of those, but you've also got a lot of slower paced games as well. So those of you who think, you know what, a fast-paced game in VR, I'm going to feel motion sick. I'm not interested in VR because it's just all movements all the time. That's not the case. There are a lot of slower-paced games. One of my favourite games that I play quite a lot is Golf with Your Friends.
Hi, Editing Adam here. Considering it's one of my favourite games, I should know that it's called Walkabout Mini Golf and not Golf with Your Friends.
Now that's really good because you can link up with your friends who have got the VR headset and play mini golf together. I think there's about 7 or 8 courses at the moment that you can switch between, and it's a good game to play. Other slow-paced games, you've got Moss, there's Tetris on there, there's a bowling game as well. So there are a lot of different experiences in games that you can do that aren't just fast-paced, a lot of motion that are going to cause people to have motion sickness. Now, if you do try VR and you feel that you've got a little bit of motion sickness, you can get magnetic bands, and they are supposed to help. I've personally not tried them. I don't know anyone who has tried them. So if you have tried it and it does work, put it down in the comments and let other people know which bands you've used and how you felt with it. So there's a lot of games to choose from, but I'm just going to go through with 5 games that I really enjoy, some of the top titles that are out there. So number 1 for me has got to be Beat Saber. Now, Beat Saber is a fantastic game. It's essentially Guitar Hero with lightsabers. So you can see you've got the boxes coming towards you, the arrows are pointing to which direction you've got to hit those. You use your lightsabers in either hand just to hit through and slice those apart. It's a really good game. It's one that's not too fast paced because the world around you isn't moving, and it's a fantastic app to burn some calories without realizing you're doing much moving. So number 2 on the list is gonna be Walkabout Mini Golf. Now this is a really good game. It sounds very simple, but I have to say, if you've got a Quest 2 already and you haven't tried it, you have got to download it and give it a go. It is a very, very enjoyable game, and it's probably the game that my girlfriend then decided, I want a VR headset. Number 3 for me, and everyone's going to have different opinions, these are just the games that I have played. There are the Star Wars episodes. So you've got 1, 2 and 3. Now they're $7.99 each. They are only quite small games, but I have to say, playing in a Star Wars game with your lightsaber, Darth Vader in front of you, I need to say no more. So sitting at number 4 on my list is FitXR. Now this is a fitness app. I'm not someone who loves going to the gym, I don't go out for runs, but this app really has gripped me. It has recently changed from an app that you would just buy, and there were various workouts that you could do on there, to a subscription base. Now, not everyone is going to want to pay a subscription. You do get a 7-day free trial, and it's now $7.99 a month, and every day there's going to be new workouts to do. So you've got part box fit, and you've got part dancing. For me, the boxing side of things is where I go to all the time. I'm not a dancer, although I'm sure some of you guys would absolutely love to see that. That's not going to happen. So essentially with FitXR, you've got some pads coming towards you. It's all about hitting the notes at the right time. I've just broken everything now. It does track how quickly you hit those, so the aim is to try and put your whole body behind it and give you a full body workout. After about 10-15 minutes, you know that you've been working out. It also tracks all of your calories, so at the end of the day you can go, yep, I can have another few biscuits because I burnt 100 calories today. So 5th on my list is Super Hot. Now this is a really interesting game. The time in the game only moves as you move. So while you're trying to think of what you're doing, you've got to stand still as possible. As soon as you start moving, the whole world moves and people are trying to kill you. So stay still, think about it, and then start moving. You can do some really cool things like grabbing guns out of people's hands. You can throw objects at people. It's a really immersive game, and it's fantastic for replayability. You can keep going over and over again and do it in different ways each time. As of date of filming, there are over 200 games available in the Oculus store. Here's just a few of the latest and greatest. So that's great. There's a lot of positives, some good games out there. What are the negatives? Well, it's owned by Facebook. That is the biggest thing for me about this headset. Now, to use the headset, you have to sign in with your Facebook account. So that does mean if anything happens to your Facebook account, any of the games that you have purchased through that, you do lose. Also, Facebook do track a lot of data. You are essentially bringing a headset with cameras and microphones into your home that allow Facebook to hear you and see around. Personally, I'm not too concerned. I've not really got anything in my home that I feel if Facebook knows about it, I'm absolutely concerned about. I've got Google speakers around the home, and I think it's just the modern way that we live. Some people, I understand that is going to be their point. They do not want companies being able to listen or see into their home, and I completely understand that. That for me is the biggest bugbear. So there is a slight advantage to logging in with your Facebook account, because if your friends that you have on Facebook get an Oculus and log in with their Facebook account, you can then see who's on there and add your friends really easily. And VR with friends makes things a lot better. But overall, would I recommend this headset, the Oculus Quest 2? Yes. Yes, I would. Now, I previously used the PlayStation VR headset, and the Oculus Quest is so much better. For the price of $299, you cannot get a VR headset that is anywhere close to this sort of quality. There are better headsets on the market, don't get me wrong, but you are looking to pay closer to £800 or £900 to be beating the quality of this headset. You've also got the option that you can plug the Quest 2 into your computer and play your PC VR games should you have a VR compatible computer. I definitely feel that this is a new way of gaming. I think that VR is here to stay now. When it was originally brought out, there was a lot of people who said, yeah, it's just going to be a phase. I think genuinely the Quest shows that you can have VR at an affordable price available to everyone. And I don't think it's ever going to overtake PC gaming or console gaming. I think they're always going to be around. But I think VR is definitely a good additional way that you can play your games. So what's your thoughts on the Oculus Quest 2? Have you got one already? What's your favourite games? Let us know in the comments below. Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, do make sure that you like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.